The county sold Grandpa's house. He never missed a tax payment. Grandpa had lived in the same house for 38 years. He never missed a mortgage payment. He never missed a property tax payment. That's why he laughed when he found a notice taped to his front door. Property sold at tax auction. Little Johnny read it twice. Grandpa, does this mean somebody bought your house? Grandpa smiled. Only if they also bought the wrong address. He walked into the county office carrying every property tax receipt from the last 5 years. The clerk checked his account. Mr. Johnson, according to our records, your taxes haven't been paid in 3 years. Grandpa placed the receipts on the counter. Then whose receipts are these? The clerk examined them carefully. Every receipt looked authentic. Every payment had cleared. Every confirmation number was valid. Little Johnny scratched his head. So, Grandpa paid somebody, just not the county. Even the clerk laughed. Then her smile disappeared. Mr. Johnson, there's something even stranger. The payments weren't stolen. They were posted to another property. Grandpa frowned. Another property? The clerk slowly turned her monitor around. Your money paid the taxes on a vacant lot across town. Before Grandpa could answer, a sheriff's deputy walked into the office. Mr. Johnson, the people who bought your house just moved in this morning. Grandpa and little Johnny raced home. A moving truck was parked in the driveway. 2 strangers were carrying boxes through the front door. Grandpa shouted, "Excuse me, what are you doing in my house?" The older man looked confused. Your house? We bought this property at the county tax auction last month, little Johnny whispered. Grandpa, this is getting awkward. The man pulled a folder from his truck. Here's the deed, recorded by the county, completely legal. Grandpa stared at the document. Everything looked official. County seal. Recorder's signature. Even the parcel number matched his house. Within minutes, a sheriff's deputy arrived. He calmly separated both families. Mr. Johnson, these people aren't trespassing. According to the county, they're the legal owners. Grandpa slowly handed the deputy his tax receipts. Then explain these. I've paid every year. The deputy examined the paperwork. His expression changed. These receipts are genuine. Then why was the house auctioned? Nobody answered. The deputy called the county assessor's office. After a long pause, he covered the phone and looked at Grandpa. Mr. Johnson, your mailing address was officially changed. 29 months ago. Grandpa frowned. I never changed my address. The deputy nodded. That's what worries me, because every delinquent tax notice, every foreclosure warning, and every auction notice was mailed somewhere else. Little Johnny looked up. So someone made sure Grandpa would never know. Just then, the county assessor came onto the line. Deputy, we found the address where the notices were sent. It wasn't a post office box. It was another house. And according to our records, that house is owned by the same person who bought Grandpa's home at the tax auction. The sheriff immediately froze the eviction. Nobody was allowed to move another box. The family who bought Grandpa's house looked just as shocked. The husband spoke first. We had no idea. We thought this was a normal tax auction. Grandpa nodded. I believe you. Someone fooled both of us. The county's fraud investigator arrived less than an hour later. She opened the property records, then frowned. Mr. Johnson, your mailing address wasn't changed once. It was changed 3 different times. Little Johnny blinked. 3 times. The investigator nodded. Each change happened the day before an important tax notice was mailed. Grandpa folded his arms. So someone knew exactly what they were doing. The investigator clicked another screen. Then she stopped. Wait! Every address change came from the same computer terminal. The county clerk looked surprised. That's impossible. Only county employees can use that terminal. The investigator quietly replied. Exactly. She checked the employee login history. One username appeared on every change. David Collins, the county records supervisor. The sheriff frowned. Is he here today? The clerk slowly shook her head. No. He called in sick this morning. Little Johnny sighed. Why does everyone call in sick? The day they get caught? Even the sheriff laughed. Then his phone rang. He listened for a few seconds. His smile disappeared. They just searched David Collins' office. Inside his desk, they found property files, not just Grandpa's. 23 different homes, Every one of them had been sold at tax auction, and every owner claimed they had paid their taxes on time. The sheriff obtained a search warrant before sunset. David Collins' office wasn't the only place they searched. They also searched his home. Inside the garage, investigators found stacks of property records, tax notices, address change forms, and cashier's checks worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The fraud investigator smiled. Now we know where the money went. David hadn't been acting alone. He worked with a private investor. They secretly changed homeowners' mailing addresses, waited for tax notices to go unanswered, then bought the homes at county auctions for a fraction of their value. Grandpa looked at the young family standing in his driveway. "You weren't part of this." The husband shook his head. "We thought we were buying a bargain. Instead, we bought someone else's heartbreak." The county judge scheduled an emergency hearing. 3 days later, the tax auction was declared fraudulent. Grandpa's deed was immediately restored. The young family's purchase was canceled. Every dollar they paid was refunded by the county. Then came another surprise. Investigators reopened the files on all 23 homes. One by one, every family proved they had paid their taxes. Every fraudulent auction was overturned. David Collins and his partner were arrested on multiple felony charges, including fraud, forgery, and conspiracy. A month later, the county introduced a new rule. No mailing address could ever be changed again, without the homeowner confirming it in person or through secure identity verification. The county commissioner personally visited Grandpa's house. "Mr. Johnson, we can't undo what happened, but we can make sure it never happens again." Grandpa smiled. "That's all I wanted." After everyone left, little Johnny looked around the front porch. "So, are we finally keeping the house?" Grandpa laughed. "I wasn't planning on moving." Little Johnny grinned. "Good, because carrying Grandma's piano looked expensive." Grandpa smiled as he unlocked his own front door. After 38 years, it finally felt like home again. And this time, nobody was taking it away with a piece of paperwork.